Hello, bonjour everybody. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching my video, and special thanks for those who subscribe to my channel. Today we'll talk about Flames of War, Does It Worth Your Money, and we'll talk about Bagragton German, and this is episode 1. In episode 1 we will talk about the Escort Platoon and the air defense available inside that book. So let's start with Escort Platoon. So you decide you got your Bagragton German, you would like to make an Escort Platoon because you heard about it, you read the blog, and you're like, man, I need that guy, those guys on the table for my forces. It's going to be great. Bagragton Soviet already have tank rider the same way as the Escort Platoon, but Bagragton Soviet, you can have an IS-2 formation with them, you can have a T-34-85 with them, you can have heavy howitzer formation with the Escort, Soviet Escort. So you expect Bagragton German to bring you the same kind of people, an Escort Platoon, to ride onto your tank. So Bagragton German bring one, and it's called Escort Platoon. And if you decide to purchase the Escort Platoon, it will cost you $15 USD for the box of your infantry guys. So when we look in the back, you can have it. Form a platoon of 17 of the STG-44 assault rifle team, or you can have a platoon of 10 STG-44 assault rifle team. Here's the first problem that Battlefront do with this Escort Platoon. So when you buy a box, $15 USD, it comes with a platoon of 7 STG-44 assault rifle. So if you want to build a force with a platoon of 10, you're already stuck to spend $30 USD for it. And to make it really bad, is you buy 2 boxes, $30, and you're going to use on the second box not even half of the box to build your forces. So it might be good if you and a friend you know have the German and you decide, okay, let's buy 3 boxes between the two of us, and we can split the second box, so each of us can have a platoon of 10. Otherwise, you spend $30 for something that should have cost you $22. So you're already starting to waste money just to have an Escort platoon of 10. Now, when you look at the stat for the Escort Platoon, it on 4+, excellent. Motivation 4+, last stand 3, skill 3+, tank escort assault 2+. So that's when we talk about it. It's when you do an assault, the tank escort assault is a 2+. When you roll to kill your enemy, that's excellent, a 2+. But if they counterattack and you need to counter the counterattack, now you go motivation 4+. Big drawback. What they should have done with that Escort Platoon, if you really want to make it an Escort Platoon Battlefront, you should have put motivation Escort Platoon counterattack 3+. So you can leave motivation confident 4+, but a special rule, counterattack on assault, Escort Platoon 3+. Now we're talking about really an Escort Platoon assault elite troops. Now when you look at it with a motivation confident 4+ for the counterattack, just get an infantry platoon, pretty much the same, except when you assault on the 3+ instead of 2+. So don't waste too much money on the Escort Platoon. First glitch right there. It sounds good, but it's not that good, and it is expensive so far. Now I want my battle group to have the Escort Platoon. I have 100 points to spend, and the only way to bring the Escort Platoon on the table is to have a formation of Stug. So you cannot decide I'm going to have a formation of Tiger, a formation of Panther, or a formation Panzer IV, for example, and bring the Escort Platoon. Battlefront play you on this one, and they say, no, if you want the Escort Platoon, you're going to have a Stug formation inside your forces. So we're going to weaken the German if you want the Escort Platoon. Why I say weaken the German? Because we're at a point in late war where If you play against the Soviet, you're going to play against IS-2, IS-85, ISU-122, ISU-152, where the front armor is 8, 9, 10, 10 for the IS-2, for example, and the anti-tank of the Stug is 11, so you will not destroy anything. So you hope that if the person who played the Soviet bring T-34-85, otherwise you get screwed pretty much. So more than likely, after 1 or 2 games, you'll say, I'm not playing a formation of Stug, I don't have any opponent, they are way too strong, I'm going to quit that. And by quitting that, you just waste $15, $30 US on the Escort Platoon that you will never play. Because it's not like you can play that with Fortress Europe or D-Day German. It's only available with Bagragton German. So if you want to bring Fortress Europe game and bring that, then you have to have Fortress Europe, one formation of infantry, for example, and Bagragton German formation of Stug to go with to bring to Fortress Europe or D-Day German. So not too much likely to happen. But you can check with your friend if you want to play Fortress Europe and say you can bring one formation of Bagragton Soviet or Bagragton German, see how it goes. Because if you bring a Bagragton German, he will bring one formation of Bagragton Soviet, and if I was them, I'll bring the IS-2, just to make good measure with whatever you're going to bring. I'm not taking a chance that you bring with the Elephant, for example. So that it is. For the Escort Platoon, if I recommend, you should not spend money on that. I'm sure if you're a German player, you have Grenadier Platoon, 1 or 2, take the K98 team in it, make it a team of 7 and say, this is my Escort Platoon. For the fun of it, I'm sure the opponent will not care. I don't think you can see the difference on the table, and do the game with the Escort Platoon using K98 rifle guy from your Grenadier Platoon. Now the second subject is air defense. So to bring your air defense, you have the choice to bring the SD KFZ-71 quad or the 2 cm SD KFZ with a 2 cm on it for air defense as support. Now with Bagragton German, they bring you 3 more vehicles. They bring the Weerbelvin. Let's say it again. So they bring this one. They bring the Osvin. And they add the mobile wagon for new vehicle in Bagragton German. It's 3 air defense that you can bring with your forces. Now, it's not a support unit. So they will ask you, if you want to bring that on the table, to have a formation of Tiger, or you have the choice between the Tiger formation, Panther, Panzer IV, or Panzer IV 70. As you can see, they don't touch about the Hetzer or the Stug. Why not the Stug? So you can have formation of Stug with the Escort Platoon and a platoon of air defense, but no, they want you to choose in between and waste your money in case you want one or the other. Now when we talk about Bagragton, we said it's between June and August 1944, so Bagragton German technically bring between June and August 1944. This vehicle was not on the battlefield during Bagragton German or the Operation Bagragton because they were authorized to build in July 1944. So wait a few weeks at least to see them on the battlefield. Now the Osvine, they hit December 1944 the battlefield. So another vehicle that did not exist during Bagragton offensive of the Soviet during Second World War. So again, Battlefront play a bit with history to make more money. The only one available during Operation Bagragton was the mobile wagon. And that's the one they built the most of the 3. So technically Bagragton German should only bring the mobile wagon, and I think they should have put that as a support unit. And that would bring interest enough to purchase and spend $47 US to buy the mobile wagon. But now they force you to have an armored formation of Tiger, Panther, Panzer IV, or Panzer IV Simony, and they let aside the Sturm and the Hetzer. And the infantry, you don't even count them. They don't do any air defense with them. You have to go with support of formation. And when you can only bring one of the option. And when you look at the organigram, the option is one of those four. So the SDKFZ you can find in support of formation, also in direct support of any armored formation. So personally, I suggest for you, don't buy those three, buy only the SDKFZ71. Reason for, more buck for your money. If you are to spend $50 US or $30 to $50 US, I want to spend my vehicle on other battlefield. So that means if I play Flames of War D-Day German, I can bring the SDKFZ71 if I want to. If I want to play Fortress Europe, I can play with the SDKFZ71. I cannot play with any of those three. So I have way more versatility for your dollar with those. Also, it is part of any formation support. So any formation, you can have that as a support compared to all those three where you have just to spend money and have a formation of Tiger or armored formation that allow you to bring one of those kind of vehicle. So if you have your Sturm, they will not appear. If you have your Hetzer, they will not appear. If you have a formation of Hetzer and Sturm, they will not appear. So why should you spend money on those? I understand that people who played way before, version 2 and 3, they already have those vehicles. They already exist in their garage more than likely, and they were used. Now, new player or people who just start to play the game with a version 4 or would like to start to play, if you have the choice, only purchase the SDKFZ71. Down the line, if you still have money and interest to play the game, sure, why not taking any of those three? But because Bagragton German force you to have an armored formation to have them, why should you spend money? Or, again, maybe you want to waste your money. So, my suggestion, find something else to waste your money on. But if you like the game, you like painting, go ahead and spend the money on them. Like I said, I have enough to spend money on the Flames of War, and I feel like they try to trick me to spend money on something I don't use. The other reason why I say that too is nobody bring Air Force now. Rarely. The reason for that, if you bring airplane against the opponent and they play American or they play Soviet, almost everybody can shoot at you. If you are German and they bring a plane against you, that's the only defense you have for airplane. So that's the trick. I can understand too, 1944 and onward, German did not have a plane in the air, and everybody else have plane all the time in the air, so technically your German should have more air defense, dedicated air defense like that. But if you are to do that, then they should be available in support formation, not part of a formation. So again, Battlefront, Flames of War, purposely disadvantage German player by making those not as a support formation, but a part of a formation, armored formation, and they put them in the same tree line, so you can have one, but not the others. So why spending money on having all four? So personally, choose one that is most versatile. It's not like you're going to use it all the time. And for that, I use the SDKFZ71. It's the tool of all trade, because I can play mid-war to late war and still have them in service. If down the line I want to spend money or waste money, I might pay to get any of those. But do I have to spend money on that? Right now, don't spend your money on that. First of all, people don't play airplane most of the time. And Battlefront Flames of War purposely make the game version 4 in a way you don't want to play airplane. And air defense become irrelevant. You can use them as against infantry or light vehicle, and that's the best use for it. So that's my say about Episode 1, Escort Platoon. Should you buy it? Absolutely not. And air defense, the mobile wagon, the rebel Vim, and the Oswin, should you buy them? Absolutely not. You have the SDKFZ 71 as air defense that will do the job. It's a support formation, not part of any armored formation. Or you're not compelled to take a armored formation to have them. So it is a waste of money too. Personally, that's what I think. But like I said, if you want to spend your money on it, go ahead. That's what Battlefront wants you to do. Spend your money and say, I never use it. I have plenty of that in my box of things that I bought I think I'm going to use. I never use. I got tricked pretty much in the hype of, oh, I want that. Oh, that's a nice tank and so on. But overall, I don't use them. And that's when I start to say, spend money wisely and you can still have fun. You don't need to overpower your forces or overpower your enemy to have fun. So that's the end of Episode 1 of Does It Worth Your Money? Bagragton German. So thank you for watching. I hope you appreciate. If you have any comment, leave them below. Thank you very much. See you soon.